What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to talk about AMC, GME as well as the broader market. So today AMC was up for 1.35% for the day. It had a high of $15.91. The average volume on AMC is around 49.98 million, but today's volume was around 26.30 million. Now what happened with the overall broader market today? After the Jerome Powell meeting, we had the interest rate hike today, which was around 50 basis point, which sent the market into the upward momentum after that announcement. And I personally believe that we might experience a little bit of uptrend coming in AMC as well as GME on that news, but nothing much happened in the stock today. But in the following week, I personally believe if the overall broader market keep going up, so does AMC and GME will go along with it. Now let's come over to the GME. GME was up for 5.52% for the day. It had a high of $127.75. The average volume on GME is around 4.23 million, but today's volume was around 1.65 million. So the volume is not that heavy, but it's just the overall broader market which started going up, which led to all the short sellers to cover up their short positions, because this can go to some unimaginable numbers if the overall broader market keep going up. Now let's come over to the SPY. The SPY was up for astonishing 3.05% for the day. This kind of a move in the SPY is like a meme stock. Now it had a high of $429.66. Now we know that after the meeting, the 50 basis points was announced. Initially, a lot of individuals were expecting it might be a 75 basis points, which will send the stock market into downward trends, but exactly the opposite happened. Now let's come over to the options flow for AMC. Now I have increased the premium to max and see what exactly the whales are doing. Today this one whale came in. This one was buying a $26 put option. This can expire in 15 days. He's paying $336,000 for it, and he's buying 300 contracts, and he's betting the stock will go down from here onwards. Now when I bring down the premium a little bit and see exactly what the retail is doing, now majority of them are still on to the downside, but there was some call buying that was actually happening just right at the market close. And I also personally believe that if the stock market keep going up, the overall broader market, it is going to take AMC and GME along with it. There will be some kind of a run into it. Now the volume today was very low in AMC as well as GME, but if there is some sort of a upward momentum coming in AMC and GME, volume that will come in both AMC and GME, which will send the stock a little bit more upward. But today's volume was slight bit lower. It was not to that point which was indicating that there will be some sort of a upper momentum coming in. But by looking at the entire option flow, majority of them are on to the downside. Now when we look at the put to call ratio, we can see it clearly. The 60% is on the put side and 40% is on the call side. The premium on the put side is very heavy as compared to the call side. The volume is slight bit heavier on the put side as compared to the call side. Now let's come over to the option flow for the GME. I have increased the premium to max and see exactly what the whales are doing. Whales are on to the downside and they are all betting that the GME is going to go down from here onwards. Now when I bring down the premium a little bit and see what exactly the retail is doing, now retail is definitely on to the upside. There were a lot of money that was flowing in at the end of the market, and they were all betting that the GME will go up from here onwards. But when I look at the entire options flow, majority of them are still on to the downside. Now when I have a look at the put to call ratio, definitely the put side is way too much heavier than the call side. Put side is 60%, call side is 40%. The volume is definitely higher on the call side. The premium is still heavier on the put side. The rest, there was nothing majorly suspicious coming out of the options flow for the GME. Now let's come over to the options flow for the SPY. Now throughout the day there was a lot of put buying that was actually happening into the SPY. Just right at the market close, there were a lot of call buying that was happening into the SPY. Now we might experience a little bit more upward momentum coming into the SPY just on the 50 basis point announcement today, which was already priced in, and then the stock market went up. Until unless Fed makes some sort of a crazy move, there won't be any further downtrend coming into the market. Even in the next meetings, it's exactly the same that's going to happen. Everything is going to get priced in before the meeting, and if they stick to what they were supposed to announce, like 50 basis point was already been decided, we already knew Jerome Powell is going to increase just 50 basis point. But if in near future something extreme happens, if they increase from 50 to 75, then there will be a significant downtrend coming into the overall broader market. The rest, by looking at the entire option flow, there was nothing majorly suspicious coming. But I can tell you one thing for sure, there were a lot of call buying that was happening in the market. As you can see over here, there was this $427 call option. There were two of them. It's going to expire in 8 days, and this was 3.52 million. There was 3.53 million. That was pretty big money, which was all betting that the SPY will keep going up from here onwards. There was a lot of other big money was coming in and betting that the SPY will keep going down a little bit more further, but it didn't happen. Everything was already priced in according to the 50 basis point, and that's what Jerome Powell stick to. That's why the overall broader market went up, and we might experience a pretty good week further as well. There will be a lot of opportunities to make money, but the only thing that I have noticed that in the overall broader market is basically the indexes like SPY, QQQ, they are having major moves, not any particular stock which is actually having a significant upward momentum. Well, let's see, hope for the best that we might experience a lot of upward momentum coming into the overall stocks rather than just QQQ and SPY. Hope so you like my video. Please like and subscribe my channel. I'm going to see you in the next one. Cheers.